What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, today it's gonna be a little different. We are at the Busted Be George headquarters, my garage where I work out of. I do installs here, and I also ship everything that you guys buy on our website, bustedbegeorge.com. So today we're gonna be working out of this little bench here. We do have some rago fabrication Molle panels that go in the rear portion of the Toyota Tacoma. To be specific, the rear window of the Toyota Tacoma. And we're going to be testing if this works with the full seat delete by Goose Gear. The reason why I say that is because Mario was kind enough to send me this to actually test it out, because I know for a fact that they do work with the third gen Toyota Tacomas that have seats, and they do have the cubby holes installed because these actually go drilled to that. But in my case, I don't have the cubby holes anymore, I don't have seats, so I'm really trying my best to make this work, because as I travel full-time on this channel, yes, I am doing this full-time, I'm working with a limited amount of space, which is another reason why I decided the Goose Gear was going to be a best option for me. And at the same time, if I can find something like this to put on the rear window and put important things like first aid kits, a fire extinguisher, stuff that can really come in handy in a bad situation. I just want to make sure that everything is accessible, and I think this is a great option if I can make it work. So if you have a Goose Gear seat delete system and you're watching this because of this, watch this video. It's my first time actually trying it out. Hopefully I can make this work. Now, for those of you guys that do have a third gen Toyota Tacoma and haven't done anything to the back portion of your truck, meaning you still have your seats, you still have the cubby holes, this right here, my friends, will work automatically for you. So you don't have to watch this video, and if you do want to watch it, hey, thank you for watching. But you can just go on the website, you can purchase it, and I'll be putting a 10% off discount code. Yes, only if you purchase through my website. Man, I always hook you guys up. So enough said, let's get started. All right, so the install is pretty much straightforward. I do have the key components that came in this kit all laid out for you guys to see, and this is just going to be a very quick look at the install as far as the Molle panels going in, hardware going in, but they do have a detailed install video on their website. So basically, here we have the left Molle panel, we do have the center portion of the Molle panel here, and we're basically just going to use the hardware that's provided to put these three panels together, just like this. Boom. And we're just going to start grabbing our hardware and putting it in place. Now, like I said, I've been looking for a solution for a while now, and thank God Mario at Rago Fabrication made this, and this is something that's been for sale for a while now, but I barely just got my hands on one, and it's not because it wasn't in stock, just because I wanted to make sure that this was exactly what I wanted and needed. And after doing some research, this is it, guys. This is what I've been looking for. And I'll show you guys when I go back inside, when it comes down to how and where I want to place things. If you guys haven't watched my last video, watch it, because we were put in a bad situation where one of our friends, her name is Tiffany, she fell and she got pretty badly injured, and when I was looking for my medical kit, I could not find it. So this is definitely going to make things more accessible, and I definitely do not want to go through that ever again. Alright, so here we have the rear Molle panel installed. Pretty nice. It's not too heavy, and definitely the powder coat finish, I think it's going to look really good, because the Goose Gear seat delete system is also textured very similar to this. So boom. I really wish the hardware was black too, but the fact that it's just stainless steel hardware, I mean, that tells me a lot. Durable. It's not gonna rust. I hope it doesn't rust inside the truck. But let's go inside and I'll show you guys what needs to be done inside to put this in place. So now that we're inside, we do have some small hanger holders here. They look like this. It should be two, one on the right side, one on the left side. All we're gonna do is grab a flathead screwdriver, just kind of work your way in. I know I'm kind of nicking up mine. Now once you remove the cover, you'll see a little metal pin here that you want to just simply pinch, and it's going to allow you to remove that just like that. And then we're just going to pinch this and remove it like that. Now inside the kit, you will get a small bracket that looks like this. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to feed it behind the liner, just like that, and push down on it so you can see it. That way we can grab our bracket, which is going to be this one. That's the one with the R. And we're going to place it on top and add the hardware that was provided. I'm telling you guys, pretty straightforward. And this is not an install video. This is just a quick overview of what needs to be done to install it. So if you want a very, very, very detailed install video for dummies, I'll link it down below. But I'm telling you guys, it's pretty straightforward. Can't believe I said for dummies. But yeah, these install videos are definitely gonna be a little longer just because this is probably the only time I get to talk to you guys, and for the most part the adventure videos are adventure videos. I can talk to you guys in the comment section and reply to you guys, but this is probably the only time I get to talk to you guys and hang out without no worries. But we're not gonna go Hulk Hogan on this. We're just gonna make it slightly tight because we're probably gonna be adjusting it up and down, and we're gonna be repeating the same process on the other side, which I've already done. And now we're gonna go inside, grab the Molle panel, and secure it with these 3 bolts, and see what needs to be done in order to make it work with the Goose Gear seat delay system. Alright guys, so giving you guys an idea of what I'm working with here. So this is the 100% rear seat delete by Goose Gear. The cool thing about it is that you don't always have to go with 100%. You can always do 60%, which is just the 2 main seats, or you can do 40%, which is the single row seat. You have a bunch of storage spots where right now I have shoes and other things. Right here I have the fire extinguisher, which is why this is really not functional, guys. At least not putting stuff like this in here. By the time my truck catches on fire, by the time I get to this fire extinguisher, I mean, it's going to be bad news. So I definitely do want to relocate this up here, which is why we are installing the Molle panel in the first place. But I just want to show you guys what it looks like back here. And we have a total of 4 storage compartments, 2 smaller ones there and the bigger ones here. And then now with the Molle panel there, we can definitely remove stuff from here, put it there. And I think that will be a more efficient storage solution for what I'm looking for here. All right, so what we want to do now is grab our Molle panel and simply just place it up top. It'll be a little hard here to do just because I'm trying to film when I'm not. And we're gonna just line up these brackets up top and put the hardware provided just like this. And there's going to be 2 brackets, remember, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, so make sure that you put all the hardware. And this is why I told you guys earlier to not tighten this up all the way so we were able to move it around. and the hardware just goes in a lot easier. But I will tell you this, I'm definitely liking the way it looks, just aesthetic wise. I know once it's functional and I have everything that I want on there, it's definitely gonna make everything a lot easier as well when I'm out hitting the trails. And I'm already noticing something here that might work even without the brackets that we were supposed to use, just because, like I said, I don't want to drill on this Goose Gear panel. And the best thing about it too is that I'm really good friends with Mario at Rago Fabrication, so I'm sure after this video is said and done, I can send him some pointers and he might just make a bracket for us to use permanently that will go with the factory hose on these panels without having to drill. And that's just what Mario's all about, baby. Suggestions. This is one of the only guys that I know will make something happen if you give him a reason to do it. So let's get an overall shot and see what this looks like. All right, this is what we have so far, and man, it looks really good. Right now it's a little rattly because I still haven't figured out a way to mount it. And if you look at these brackets that were sent with the kit, these are supposed to go in the back like that. And since the regular cubby hole is angled, all you do is make a small hole, you put the hardware in, and it pretty much secures it in place. But in my case, we can't do that because it's angled and there's no way it's gonna grab onto this panel, and there's absolutely no way I'm gonna drill into this because you do have factory holes. So I just got off the phone with Mario and I'm like, hey dude, if you can make a bracket that basically goes there and is flat instead of having this angle here, it can go all the way down and actually drill to the factory Goose Gear threads on here, dude, that'll be sick. But for now, I still have to figure out a solution because I want this on here. I'm pretty sure R&D work just doesn't happen overnight. So I do want to have it here. What I'm thinking is, after messing with it for a little bit, is so the Goose Gear panel has a opening here where you can put hardware and basically do like mounting points. This is thick enough to fit through there, and once I do that, it doesn't rattle anymore. And it's basically being secured up there. So all I would really need is just enough to be able to bring these brackets down. I don't know if I can do it with the camera in my hand. Basically just like this, check it out. It's already through that little channel area, and where it's double like this, here, where you have a double thickness in the middle, it doesn't rattle. It's just these corners that rattle. So what I'm thinking is possibly double-sided tape that will allow it not to rattle, or put the hardware with 2 washers that are the equivalent to the thickness of this, and I think that will stop the rattling and we can make this work for now that Mario makes it happen. But man, already, check it out. Yes, this is definitely gonna work. This is definitely gonna work. So we're gonna remove the panel. We're gonna try the mounting solution that I was talking about right now, and hopefully we can make this work. All right, so this will be a temporary solution for now because, like I said, I know Mario's gonna make it happen. So I did have some washers laying around, and I'm basically just trying to replicate the thickness of this bracket here, and it's basically it's gonna take 2 washers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a washer on each side, just like that, and then put the hardware through, thread it on, and this is basically just gonna give it that thickness it needs to sit through that small channel and not rattle around. Now once I do this, I'm also probably, I'm not sure yet, but I do have this double-sided padding that I'm gonna be pretty much putting on each side. So this side will have some padding, the other side will have some padding, and then the other panel as well will have padding. And I think that, my friends, will absolutely eliminate any type of rattle and will be a perfect solution for right now. But this is just DIY. I just decided to film it just in case it works. Then we can have this documented for those that want to find a solution while Mario figures it out, which I'm sure he will very soon. But I think this will work, guys. I think this will work. So let's put the hardware and let's go back inside. Well, let's put the hardware, put the padding, go back inside, get it all nice and snug, and see where we're at. All right, moment of truth here. Place this up on top. And for now, we're just gonna position it in place just so I'm able to move it around. Okay, just like that. And I'll tell you this much, you can already tell that this just might be the solution for it. Well, the temporary solution, just because it looks like it's already trying to go and fall into place. But we're not going to know till the whole entire hardware is in place. But if you guys want to watch more videos like this, let me know as well. I really took a break from install videos just because it's not like, it takes a lot of time to edit and film these videos, but I think now that I think about it, this is a perfect way, like I said earlier, to just kind of chat it up with you guys and kind of show you guys what goes behind the scenes when you have to make something work or when you're installing stuff. You know, sometimes everything doesn't go as planned, but I'm the type that doesn't give up. I make it work. So let's see here. Let's see here. Man, this thing looks really good. It's crazy. Technology, you know, the stuff you can do, and the stuff people come up with. Definitely a solution here. All right, so we were successful, as you can see here. What we wanted were the washers to fit between that small opening on the Goose Gear panel and they sure did. As you can tell, they're pretty far down there, and if I pull it, there's absolutely no rattling. Now I also went ahead and put some of that double-sided pad pretty much all over here at the corner, the right panel, the middle section, and just to make sure there's going to be no rattling. And yeah, this thing is pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. Now here we have the rest of the panel, and as you can tell, with force, still absolutely no rattling. And like I said, the padding was put pretty much all over. The cool thing is that I actually was able to tuck it down into the rail on the panel, so you can barely see it. And on this side as well, the washers and the hardware just pretty much fit right through the railing. And the cool thing about this is that I'm not sacrificing anything on the panels. I'm not altering the panels. I'm not damaging the panels by doing this. So if I ever want to take this Molle panel out, which I don't know why I would do that, but if I ever do want to remove it, I'm still able to use the railing system on the Goose Gear. Just realized some of these bolts are not even that tight. So and make sure that everything is solid here. Sometimes you just forget and you miss a couple of bolts. But man, this thing is looking sick. So now we can actually go ahead and start installing things that I want here, that I want just easy access to. That's including the fire extinguisher and the first aid kit and a few other things that I do have in hand. So let's just clean up the area and start possibly installing stuff. Hopefully everything I have will work, and see what else needs to be done. All right guys, check it out. So these are just a few things that I definitely do find important and I want easy access to. For example, the medical kit, and this one is actually not strapped like this one is, where you can't remove it. This one's just like basically boom, I need it, let's get to business. This is definitely important. I do have a Gerber knife here, and you might be wondering, why is it backwards? Because when you're in a rush, something's going on, and I'm telling you this by experience, it's happened before. You know, you fumble over things. So the fact that it's backwards, it's actually gonna wanna drop, and I can get to whatever I need to do. This one is actually, it's a big ass knife in case we have to cut something, somebody is strapped or pinned down because their seatbelt is in the way. This will definitely do the job. And that's that. It's always good to have a light handy. And this is just pretty much temporary. I'm still yet to really dial it in, but pretty much the center portion will be my hoses, and like I said, this one's just velcroed in, so I can just like pull it out whenever I want. Right here for now we do have my deflator, and I might just be moving stuff around. A very important thing for sure that you want to have is a fire extinguisher. Now for fire extinguishers, I do carry two of them. This one here is by Element, and they're both just as functional and definitely do the job. This one's more handy, I guess. You can have it pretty much stored anywhere, easy access. You pop this off, you turn it, and you're good. But for bigger fires, this is definitely a must, and you always want to make sure that they're up to date and everything is on the green here. But this is the main reason why I wanted to install this. Now, for those of you guys that have been tuning in to the channel, know that this truck is only used for work purposes, meaning when I go on long trips, whether it's a 1-day trip, 4-day trip, 7-day trip. And over time, I've learned that these things that you see in the back as of now, these things are key essentials that you definitely want to bring at all times, or at least that I bring at all times. There's been times where I've forgotten some of these key essentials, and things just don't go as planned. So over time, as I learn, these things are things that I definitely do want to have visible. That way, when I decide to pack for a big trip, I can visibly see them, and it definitely gives me a peace of mind knowing that I do have them with me at all times. Now, this video is not about what you need to carry, or it's not about first aid kits or nothing like that. It's basically just to show you guys what I'm doing to maximize the space usage inside this Toyota Tacoma, because it is one of the trucks that I use for my livelihood. I mean, I use this to make a living. I use this to live out of it. I carry everything from my shower, my fridge. I mean, nothing's in here, but I'm in here sitting down. I'm 6'1", and it definitely shows you how much room I have. And now with these compartments being emptied and things are going up top here where the Molle panel is at, I mean, I can definitely use all the space needed for me to continue adding things that I believe can save my life, can definitely get me out of a bad situation, at the same time make my life on the road a lot easier. All right, so now that we're outside, gives you guys a clear view of how much room there is back here. And like I said, I am not gonna be putting anything in for this video, but just to give you guys a rundown. So my fridge goes on that side. It is a Dometic 35, and then I usually put my Pro Eagle here. All the accessories and tools go in this compartment, so that's including the extension, the pry bar, the minimalistic tools by Mac Tools, and on this side is where I had all this stuff, believe it or not. It all fit in this little area here. So now I do have the tire repair kit here, which I do have to figure out. I might just place it somewhere else, but it's staying there for now. And then on this side, some solid snow gloves. I do have another first aid kit. There's never enough first aid kits out there. Got my worn winch remote. But basically, I am still yet to organize this to its full potential. We still have areas here where I know for sure I'm going to be storing 2 ammo boxes in here, which you're never going to need that much ammo, but definitely, you know, it's a great thing to have when you're out there. You might just want to shoot some rounds if you're allowed to. BLM land, it's always fun to mess around with some firearms. But this is basically what I have so far. I am still yet to figure out a solution for my sub. At this point, this is probably it. I know I need to get a mesh to protect it from getting damaged, and then eventually just bolt it down. But the reason why I don't bolt it down is because I do sometimes don't want it in here. I do want to just maximize my space when I'm on the road, so I sometimes just remove it, unplug it, and it's out. But man, this guys right here has been an absolute game changer for me, and it's definitely allowed me to, like I said, I've said it multiple times, maximize the space that I'm using in here. And unfortunately back here, I mean, there's not much you can put. I usually put my wolf boxes here. I put my bag with my blankets and just really minor stuff that if it ever gets stolen, I mean, it is what it is, but I do want to keep this stuff in here pretty protected and safe. And when I mean safe, that's really safe. So this is the panel that goes here protecting everything. And as you can tell here, these guys have absolutely perfected and have executed this, because they do have the option of adding a lock. And to me, man, this Overland stuff is expensive, and to have something just taken from you, stolen, yeah, definitely don't want that. Now, if you're wondering where I got my Goose Gear seat release system installed, I went with TinyRig Co in Westminster, California. I'll be putting all their info down below in the bio. Check them out and hit them up. Now, for those of you guys that do want to actually see what I carry in here and what it actually looks like once everything is in, aside from the thumbnail and aside from the Molle panel that I just installed. You might want to check out my latest videos. Everything is on there, from me pulling stuff out, putting stuff in, how I organize everything, and I also tell you guys a little bit about the specific stuff that I carry in here with details and everything. So I know this video was a little different, but it's basically, like I said, I'm just kind of, I feel like I'm talking to you guys, and I feel like you guys can also respond because you guys can comment and whatnot. But as always, I want to thank you guys so much for always watching. If you guys have any questions regarding this setup, or if you guys want to see a detailed segment of what I carry in the back, and for me to actually put everything in here and just give you guys a full rundown, I can also do that. But today, like I said, I was just kind of working on it, and I wasn't even gonna film, but I figured filming would be awesome because I haven't really done this in a while, and that's install stuff and really just communicate with you guys. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys want to continue chatting, you guys can comment down below, maybe make any suggestions that you might have, or if you want to just contact me direct, you can go on my Instagram, bustedtobegeorge.com. But that's my website. You guys can go to my Instagram, bustedtobegeorge, send me a link. I don't know, I'm losing it, guys, but go to Instagram, send me a message, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. And as always, if you guys want to continue shopping with us and you want to check this out, read more up on it, bustedtobegeorge.com. I'll be putting everything down below, the link and the promo code that will save you 10% on your purchase. So as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.